So I will call the meeting to order at 7:08. This is the August 24th regular meeting for the Jamaica Selectboard. First item is to call for any late additions. I have a couple if nobody.
We should discuss, Siobhan has the letter for the grant that we're making to Vermont Preservation Trust. You guys should at least discuss it, if not vote on it tonight, but we should at least discuss it to whether that's out there.
Okay. I'm going to add that right after the Rawsonville School House grant.
Okay.
I then also, just reviewing the minutes from last week, it appears that we missed the July 28th special meeting agenda. So I'll add that to approve the July 28th special meeting agenda. And then the other item to add back on is to open and act on proposals for the road erosion inventory, which we've received a grant for, and we've gotten 3 bids on that. Those are what I have. So first item on the agenda to approve the minutes from the August 10th regular meeting.
Making a motion.
Motion by Kate.
Oh.
Second by Jason. Any discussion? Any changes? Nope. All good. All right. All in favor of approving the meeting, say aye. Minutes. Aye. So unanimous on that. Second item to approve the minutes of the July 28th special meeting for the Jamaica Selectboard.
Did you make a motion or?
Oh, I have not made a motion.
Okay.
I just read the agenda.
Okay, I'll make a motion to do that.
I will second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes? Aye. Aye. Okay, on to Tom for an update.
Depot Street Bridge. I went on Thursday, extremely interesting, to do an archaeological work over there, and they brought a whole bunch of about 20 people from V-Trans over, and I was lucky enough to get over there, and it was fascinating. They're digging down about these 1 meter squares, a meter down, and they did find a number of artifacts, and they're working through the area just to the right of the road once you cross over the bridge. So while I was there, I also talked with the project manager of the bridge project, and he informed me that it would be probably 2032 before that bridge is. The money is budgeted for in 2030, so they'll start the bidding process in 27, 28. By the time that's done, they said that the funding comes available in 2030, and they'll probably be done by 2032. So 6 years from now, that's what he said. He said if there was an issue with the bridge prior to that, it could potentially be moved up, but right now that's what it's slated to do. So that's what's going on with that. And I have some pictures of the archaeology stuff. Anyone wants to look at the pictures? I go back and took pictures of an office. It was extremely interesting. Yeah.
I have a question. When is the temporary bridge going in?
That would be probably in 2029 or 2030 when they start the construction.
I think it's just before it starts.
They'll just come in and put that in, and then they'll start working on the road, tear the old bridge out, put the new bridge in, redirect traffic, pull the old bridge out. So we're looking for a number of routes. It's just not.
Question, does the discovery of artifacts put a monkey wrench in the front?
Absolutely not. No, they said they just want to get in and figure out what's there. It's not going to stop the project, but at least they want to go and see what they can get out. And they had, I think, 4 or 5 test pits that they did. And like I say, they all of a sudden all these cars full of all these V-Trans people and all their best. It was like 20. They were interns and such who were there for the archaeological part of V-Trans, and so they were just doing the field trip. So
Cool.
really interesting stuff. And then some of the rocks, you could see where it was flaked, and they were making tools and things. So they said about 4,000 to 8,000. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Completion of the town plan approval process. I'm working through the certification process. It appears at this point that the Jamaica Planning Commission did warn correctly the hearing, inform the other towns surrounding Jamaica, and have the hearing. What they did not do, what they failed to do, was make a motion recommending, an official motion recommending that that the plan was approved by the town. We tried to have a planning commission meeting last week, we could not get a quorum. So we plan to have a special meeting sometime this week. I don't know when, I'm still waiting for you guys to figure that out. At that point, they will vote on that, and then that will move that forward and complete the planning commission's piece of it. From the select board's piece, the select board approved it, but they did not correctly warn the hearing and did not inform the surrounding towns. We have now warned the meeting for Sunday, September 20th, and I will make sure that that is handled correctly. At that point, once the hearing is over, then the town can approve the select board, you guys can approve the town plan, and then that will be complete. The last piece of that is that the WRC needs to have a hearing as well. As you remember, we had a vote last week. You guys did, you approved it. I contacted Chris Campany. Siobhan and I reached out to him and Matt today, and we could not get a hold of anybody.
Matt called me back
He did
and
call
he
you
said
back.
he's working, we've played phone.
But he didn't have a date yet?
He thinks he has a date for the end of September.
Okay, so possibly we could get all this done by the end of September. The deadline for the grant that we're trying to get in September, is that October 1? So it's gonna be right under the wire?
Is it October 1 or November 1?
October.
October 1.
So we're really cutting close. So if Robert has his act together and has it all, and they can approve it and we can verify that it was properly signed off on by myself, that we followed all the proper procedures, then possibly we can get everything done by the end of September. Robert's already drops the grant in, and we get it. So it's not out yet, but it's going to be tight. It's not going to be easy.
It's a very significant grant opportunity, and it would really be unfortunate if
it
it
would be.
wasn't.
And this is just, I can only say, I think the reason that all of the, that was not handled correctly is it was the transition when Sarah left, I came in, there was no administrator, there was no one really following what that process should have been in managing that, and thus, we thought we had it right, we didn't know right. So,
I understand.
yeah, that's what it comes down to. Updates on the Pikes Falls natural area, I have not gone up and done anything with that. Something that is important, it's not a recreation area. I know the board has been saying it's a recreation area. In the town plan specifically says that Pikes Falls is a natural area, and that is the primary purpose of it. There is also part of that is, under that definition, having people use it as a site that they can swim and such, but it is technically a natural area, as is Hamilton Falls natural area as well. Owned by the state, we own Pikes Falls. So just when we're using language, be careful what we're doing, because calling it a recreation area opens it up to it's a very different thing than a natural area. Other matters, I don't have anything else right now. I've had lousy days. So, but that's what I have from the town clerk's office. Just remember, taxes are due. Taxes are due October 1st. A lot of people coming in and paying them. Come get your dump stickers. They're also due in September. So, we're here Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to 4:30. Come on down. Say hello.
Okay,
That's all I have.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm trying to go through the next item on the agenda here is to open the proposals and act on them to complete the town hall painting. We've received 4 bids.
If I can speak, I met with all 4 of the bidders. We did go to the town hall, we did a walk around the outside. All of them gave me information that indicated that they understood what the project was, that they were going to repair some of the rotted molding and such that's there, fix anything that looks bad. I know there's someone next to the front door. I know there's also some inside on the roof on the side door that needs to be replaced. All of the proposals, I believe, handled that. They were aware of that. Painting all the trim, priming it, painting the trim, painting everything all the way up to the steeple, to the
Bell tower.
bell tower. Thank you. So everyone was on the same page. I talked with them forever, so I would think that these are fairly apples to apples when we're talking about it. No one is local. It's all either Burlington area or Massachusetts.
Interesting.
No one's really that close by.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say too, to Tom's point, there was a very detailed RFP that put out of all the specs and the requirements to meet the preservation trust protocols and all those types of things. So
That was what I was just going to ask, making sure that like
Yeah.
the front door, the rot and things like that were being replaced, okay?
Yes, 100%, and also, the proposal indicated the guidelines out of chapter 10 guidelines, I forget what exactly they are, but that they had to follow those, which basically is what they have to follow because of the preservation trust easement that's on the property. So, keeping historical character, keeping the color pretty much the same.
Right.
We're not doing anything radical.
And I don't know, or maybe either of you do, does Preservation Trust, does the easement that's on there require any review of these contracts?
I will review, once we pick one, I will send it to them to review before.
So once we go through them, I'll suggest that we make a motion pending an approved contract and review by Preservation Trust.
It possibly could happen this fall, if we can get this approved and we get them to approve it. All of these guys said if we start early September, meaning next week, they believe that they can get it done in 6 weeks or so. So just scrape it, fix it, paint it. I don't know how many guys are going to outside, but they all said that it was definitely doable.
All right, well, I'll go through them all. Some of them are more complex than others, but some have actually already formalized a contract. Some are just actually writing up the proposals. So we'll review the proposal part and then back to Tom to kind of administer the admin and then the other contract type stuff. So the first one here is from CNS Construction. Not seen immediately where they're from, but anyways, their estimate is $58,128.
Did you say that number again? Sorry.
$58,128.
Okay.
We then have Scholar Painting and Restoration, or Shoulder, I guess it was, sorry. They are out of Seymour, Connecticut, and their estimate I saw in here was $48,320. 48,320.
Okay.
Yes. And then we have just their C&E Painting and Coatings. Their bid, not seeing exactly where they're out of either, but their bid was $42,600. C&E. And then lastly, we have one here from, they are painting with purpose.
Painting with purpose. They're out of Colchester.
Out of Winooski, Colchester. Yep, same general. Their bid was $56,350. So I'll open up for discussion. I'll make a motion that we accept the bid pending contract review and Preservation Trust review, that we accept the bid for Scholar, SCHOLAR.
C&E was cheaper than
Yes, I'm sorry. Yep, yep, C&E. I'll retract that to accept the bid for C&E. Painting and construction, they're called. Painting and coatings for $42,600. Any
Second
further
that.
discussion? Second?
Second.
Okay, open it up for discussion.
Just, if Tom already did due diligence on making sure they're apples to apples, why not go with the least expensive?
Right, that's generally my feel too, and we'll just have, review the contract details.
I'll review the details tomorrow.
And then,
and I will also then, I will verify that they do meet all the requirements again, and then I will also then contact the Preservation Trust.
yeah, and if I recall, and I'm going totally off the top of my head, that's very much in line with what our budget amount was.
I think so.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Okay.
Karen has a question, Greg.
I'm sorry, yes.
Did we look to see what their reviews are? If there are companies that are far away and not just our regular Vermont.
Right.
I did not look at them.
We can add that as a stipulation
Okay.
pending review
Pending further review, I will
Review and-
review it, yes.
I don't know if any of them.
What I'll do is I believe all of them contained references. I will
References,
contact
yes.
references. I agree with private, but I will do that tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, yeah, pending review of references,
And
and,
reviews.
and.
I know when I give out my references, I give out good references.
Of course, we do.
Not everybody probably will give me a good reference.
I also wanted to know about the trees. I think last year, we cut back on?
I think it was just last year, yeah, last summer.
Okay, so I'm assuming that they're okay for the painting and things like that, but just.
They didn't indicate there were any issues, like they said, on that portion, so.
And I think they're all back off the building. I mean, my personal thing is that they should come back a little further, but
I
I'm
think
sure they
so,
can,
too.
I'm sure they can paint around them. We can, maybe next summer we look at it again for the trees.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure.
Great.
And you were saying they were all available to do the work?
They all said that if we got to them in time, like I say, really the end of August, they said I'd have to follow up to it. So that could alter it too. If someone said we can't do it till spring, I'd like to get it painted in the fall, just because if you look at some of that trim, it's very weird.
Right.
I could bring that back to the board if you guys feel that's a deal breaker. But all of them seem to say, if you can get this, like this week, we'll definitely, it's only the 24th, so we have the 25th tomorrow. And
Tom, will it impact any events?
I mean, obviously, if there's,
I mean, I know I have an event.
yeah,
planned.
yeah, I would think it's all outside work, it's nothing inside.
Is
So
there gonna be scaffolding over?
there will be some
the
scaffolding
stairwells?
outside, but I would think that the door, I mean, we could just say don't lock the door
Right.
on the way in, for, if it's a weekend event, when's your event?
The last Saturday in September. And
Yeah, so I'll work with
I mean,
that.
if it's, we can discuss this privately, but if the building's windows and everything are gonna be closed, I'm gonna move my event. I don't wanna
Okay.
be in a.
Yeah, they may paper them or tape them or.
Yeah,
Something,
and
right.
then-
Okay, well, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when we decide. I apologize. I mean, this is something we're,
No,
I'm trying to push
no,
through,
we
yeah.
should 100% do that, what we need to do, then
Yeah.
I'll move.
okay.
I have another thing.
Do you have another venue for me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Anyways, so hearing no further discussion, I'll make a motion, that we accept the bid for.
That's already a motion and.
Right. All in favor of the motion proposed, say aye. Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. So next thing on the agenda was the added item to, this was another RFP that we put out more or less the same time as the painting one. This was to go through and update our road erosion inventory, and this goes back to the Vermont Clean Water Act, and each project that gets done updates the inventory, but we're gonna do a blanket assessment of all the roads at this point. We've received a grant for this. It has to be completed by the end of next season, so I think it goes through next October, it might be end of
It's end
September.
of October next year.
Next October,
And
right.
I'll be honest, I have not looked at these. They all came in today late. I mean, literally at 2, 3, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
One came at like 4 or 15. So
And
I
they're
have not
all-
looked at these. There's no impetus to necessarily make a decision tonight. We can
Right.
but I'm just letting you know that. You could.
And I think we can maybe do a similar thing, we can do a top level review of them.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
And then, make some pending, I think these two, we would want to go out and just get some references, talk to Wyndham Regional Commission, who kind of has some oversight on this too, and
Right.
Vermont A&R, but
Did talk to Jeff today, and he, as I said, at the time, we had gotten no bids, and I said, would they be interested? He's like, well, he was kind of Jeff Nugent, which is why I
Yeah.
thought it. So I don't think they want to necessarily
yeah,
be overly involved in it.
right.
If
Initially,
you don't get any quotes, let me know, and we'll consider
right.
it.
I think they coordinated it initially, and they had done it with interns and things. This was back in 2016.
Okay.
And set the baseline for everything. And this has to do with how water's running off the road and how the ditches are done, and if there's erosion and does it flow into a stream and all those types of things. Quite a lot of criteria, and there's a pretty good mapping software in order to plug it in. And these people were gonna, that was part of the REI was, or the RFP, was to be able to then go in and do the analysis and plug it into the system, so it then gets mapped out to our town and to our road crew. And I have I caught up through going through those, so I have just looking at these now. we're probably gonna have to maybe table. I'm just
Yeah.
reading at the bottom line. It says, total including option task 3.
Yeah.
I don't think we would table it. That's kind of
Yeah,
what you-
so we've received 3. We can note for the record who they are. The first one here is from Watershed Consulting. They're out of Burlington, Vermont. I think that's helpful too, that they're Vermont companies. They obviously know the Vermont, Act 48 it is. The second one here is for Verantis, Vertantus. They're out of South Burlington. And the third one here is for Otter Creek Engineering, and they're out of Middlebury. So I'm pleased that we've gotten 3 companies, all Vermont-based. Can assume that they're all qualified, and we'll just have to sort through the details. And we can talk. The Vermont Agency of Natural Resources kind of has some oversight on this too, so we'll make sure that these all meet with their guidelines. So we'll note that we've received 3 bids, and we'll
I think that's.
table them for review. And I can meet with you, Tom, and we can meet with Keith and whoever. Yeah, okay. Sound good? Table
Sounds
that. All right then, we are on the Rawsonville School House grant application. And I'm assuming, Karen, you're gonna take the lead on that?
Sure.
I mean, I think we all got copies of it.
Okay, I emailed it to you also, but, this is the Wyndham Foundation. We're asking for $50,000 to, do some work up there at the schoolhouse. And we just need a letter of support from the select board to go with the application.
So to open discussion, I'll make a motion that we issue a letter of support for the Rawsonville School grant application.
I second that.
Second by Jason.
And the letter's already been written by Jim Harlow. So you have the letter, right?
Okay,
And the resolution, so you should read the resolution.
I did not see it. Was that part of what you said?
Right, Karen? There's a letter.
I saw
the application.
the application. I didn't see the
Maybe
letter.
that's all it was. I thought there was
I didn't see
I thought it was.
a resolution.
63 pages of application.
Okay, maybe I'm incorrect. I don't know.
So that's okay, though. I guess it's open for discussion. I have a couple quick questions. I mean, one, there was a pretty detailed budget in there, but top level, where is this coming from? Is this being administered through the town? Or is this through the committee, that the grant is going to the committee and then you guys are running the budget? Or do we administer the grants and required to do all the reporting and follow the budgets and whatever?
Some grants are through a 501c3 and some are through the town. This one I am not positive.
Okay, and related to that then, how is this all orchestrating as far as meeting the rest of the budget? I mean, we got 50,000. The budget was close to upper hundreds, up pushing 200, roughly. And I apologize if I should know and maybe didn't read the detail, but where's all the rest coming from?
Yeah.
We have some other grants that we're working on also.
Okay, but as far as, let's say you get half of it in grants, is the town then stepping in to fund the rest of this program?
We're not
or
asking the town to fund,
at any point?
right.
Okay, because some of that's a concern when we're talking about, we got the
some maintenance and things that you are.
ongoing stuff that we should be doing.
We're not looking to ask the town for.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And I'm asking in the bigger picture too, we're taking on a school, we're taking on an old school and a new school and
Right, exactly.
and not knowing where really either one of them may go. Yep,
Right.
okay.
We're planning to fundraise for all of it.
Yep, okay, nice.
Who seconded that motion? You made a motion. right?
Jason.
I,
Yeah, it was 117,000 plus.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I mean, it was a nice range of stuff all the way through, but
yeah.
more than likely it's not gonna hit the bottom of the estimates all the time. Okay, I don't know, any other discussion or questions? Okay, I'll make a motion, or we already made the motion that we accept, that we
You'll write a letter.
issue the letter of support for this grant application. All in favor? Say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
I believe this is where you have the resolution, you should just, the next thing is the 1061s. which has to do with the property sales, which.
Right, so I squeezed Siobhan in just
Okay,
after this
okay,
grant.
sorry.
So you're the next grant, okay, right?
Thank you very much. There are a number of grant applications being filed in the coming weeks for the Jamaica Village School, and we've been doing a lot of legwork in terms of reaching out to community supporters and funders and trying to find funding to just keep the buildings safe at this juncture and protected. But the most immediate one is the Village Trust Initiative of Preservation Vermont. And we must have a letter from the town select board, which we drafted and gave to Tom, and I believe Tom gave to you.
I believe it's in the basket, there wasn't, I think that was one of the letters too.
Oh, okay, this here.
And we
No.
Nope.
I thought it was in It should be on Jamaica letterhead. It would be on the top. I must have printed it and not put it in there. I apologize. I'll get you guys the letter tomorrow.
Well, if we have to have, the timing on this is very urgent because the grant application must be completed by September 4th. So if we don't have the letter to sign tonight, I would like to ask that everyone make an effort to sign it this week so that we have the completed document. We also must have a copy of the deed or some documentation that indicates the town has ownership or will have ownership. And if the closing is proceeding on September 3rd, we should be okay for September 4th. But it's very nervous making.
Oh, yeah.
For me. So I would like to ask, one, to ensure that that closing happens to the extent that any of those can ever be controlled on September 3rd. But I think, Tom, it would be in our best interest if we draft a letter and also have the select board sign it as a backup that says the deed is transferring hands, the closing is scheduled for September 3rd, all systems go, and the Village Trust said that would be sufficient. If we didn't have ownership, it was okay. But I'd like to ask that we create a letter as a backup so that we're not scrambling at the last minute. So is that something, Tom, you and I can do?
Yeah, let's do that. If you get that, you can write the text on it and I'll.
So the first letter is that we accept the application, that we applied for the application, or applied for the grant. And the second one is to just say that here's the timeline of what we intend to happen.
Correct.
Okay.
Just on the transfer, just on the deed.
Right,
So
right.
the first letter is simply, the select board unanimously supports this initiative and the Jamaica Village Schools application to the Village Trust Initiative, and then the second document is a backstop to ensure that we can define the parameters of our taking ownership. That wasn't particularly well said, but I think.
But we can't vote on it tonight because it wasn't warned, so we can have a special meeting. But that probably will not be till September 1st, because Jessica's not back. Jessica's not June the 31st.
And is it something that has to be voted on in order to?
That's a really good question.
We were debating that, so to speak. I guess our thought was that it would add more
It's more
credibility.
powerful, yeah.
Yes.
And there was no harm in voting on it.
Right.
So that, both those things
That'd be
were
great.
telling us that we should vote on it.
That would be, if we think we can pull it off, that'd be
So
great.
I would warn a meeting, I will try to reach out to Jessica, I know she was unavailable today, but I think she's more available later in the week. I will just run by her and Robert to make sure that they will be available next Tuesday, and we'll have to have a special meeting. We can do it during the day if you guys don't want.
Yeah, if it's just
But
a
I
call.
need everyone here because you're gonna have to sign.
Sign, right.
Or you can.
Or
sign-
we
you
approve
can
and
sign
then come
before
out
here, then
and
we-
sign it later that day.
That's a little sketchy.
And we will more than likely want to act on these fairly soon too, the road erosion,
Right.
because that's another.
That's a
issue,
different
but,
thing.
yeah. But anyways, that can wait a little. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, great, that would be super.
so I will warn a meeting for the second, and then you guys just let me know, or the first rather.
And can just,
What I will also do is reach out to the SU's lawyer, just to verify and say, hey, can you verify the 3rd is a
Still
solid
on
closing
the-
date? And could you potentially write us a letter of intent saying that we will be closing on that date and we will be transferring the property on that date, given that that's the plan, at least. I'll talk with him and see what I can.
Okay, that'd be super. And you said Tuesday, and then you said the 2nd, but the 2nd.
It's the first,
is
it's the first,
Wednesday.
I know, first, I'm talking about it, yeah. Yeah, I'll do the first, sorry, September.
so just again, maybe for the record and for my record,
Yes,
the grant is for what, very
The
specifically?
grant is very exciting.
Or for what's the title, what's the, yeah,
Karen?
did I miss something?
Please feel free to jump in here too. We have dual schools. But the Village Trust Initiative has 3 years worth of federal funding, millions and millions of dollars that are being dispersed over 3 years, and this is the 3rd and final year, which is why we can't miss it. And what would the funding be for?
Well, they also haven't granted one of these in southern Vermont either, so that
Gives us a like.
hopefully is something in our favor.
Is it matching, is there any matching?
No.
Sarah asked me that all the time, and I said, I don't believe so.
No
She's
matching.
asked the question, so I'll let her know. And it's for about $150,000?
No, it could be up to 300 or 400.
Oh, okay,
Right.
that's a good.
So,
This could transform the place down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
This is wonderful.
so the way.
And it can be used for anything? I mean,
No.
yeah, okay.
So, in fact, for the next select board meeting, we can provide a letter or a memo that describes what it is in more detail. But the Village Trust Initiative is not considered a grant, it is considered a program. And there's a 3-person team within the Village Trust Initiative that takes you from 0 to 60. So they come in at the very beginning and they help you get your 501c3. They help you form your board of directors. They help you figure out your branding and your website, and they really give you capacity building and executive leadership help all the way through. You must have, in order to use any of these funds on the building itself, there must not be any significant work done on the parts that they would fund, because if it hasn't had an environmental review by their division, then we may be ineligible for a grant. I don't fully understand that, how that works and what the timing of that is yet. But the funds are, must be spent within 3 years, so the grant application itself may end up being a phased application because we may not be able to do everything we want to do in 3 years. So they'll help us once we have the grant application submitted to parcel out the pieces of the application and the project for, we're going to fund this but not that, put that in year 4, that kind of thing. They really do all of that capacity building with you. So Diane Robles and I have done the first draft, which has been shared with the committee. We'll review it tomorrow. I want all of the pieces done by September 4th. We went through all of their language in their website and their webinars, and we put that all in our grant application, so it sounds really good. And we all went to Montpelier, and about 5 of us went up and spent the afternoon with the grant officers. We were so glad to have Tom there representing the town. We had Karen, myself, and two other board members, 2 other committee members. So I think we did a really good job, and hopefully we'll get the grant. They haven't made any grants in Southern Vermont, and this is the 3rd and final year. So I think we have a pretty good shot. We've had 3 or 4 meetings with them. So.
And we have a great project and a good vision with a good team already, so we look like we are,
Have our act together.
yes, we do.
So that, I guess that was a little bit about our question, you kind of answered it already, but the process that you're outlining that they help you walk through is not guiding you to help come up with a vision.
Yes,
You
yes,
already, but you already have the vision. That's what I want. Because I'm curious, I personally, I don't know, I mean, we're going after a grant, which is awesome, but are we walking ourselves down a road that we're not gonna really be able to follow through on if the next grant doesn't come through, if we don't have full buy-in, and I don't know what the vision is, and maybe it's not out there yet, maybe it's not fully formulated.
They lead us through a whole community conversation.
Okay,
process.
because I was getting that we already had a vision, and that this was gonna help us get there. I was like, I don't know what it is, so I don't.
Their goal is to leave it in a sustainable, to come up with a model, a business model that is self-sustaining. So
Okay,
they're not just gonna say, here's your money, oh, we'll fix it up, okay.
Go build a nice
They're looking
building and
ways to, if we're renting space to people, if we're to generate income, to generate community, to make it self-sufficient. So moving forward, once they step out, the community can maintain.
perfect, yeah, because I guess I would be worried about, we're trying to sustain, we've developed this beautiful thing, whatever it is over there. And now we're forced to make it work. I mean, we have beautiful things all over the place. We have a town hall, we have a bank building, we might want to call this beautiful, or the town garage, but the town keeps needing to keep them going.
Right.
And so
Right.
knowing that the vision is that it is self-sufficient is a little bit of peace of mind to me.
The vision that Karen references is the material that we came in, Jason and I presented last spring.
Yeah, I remember, I was there,
About
yeah.
creating a community center to be more fully defined by our community.
Because it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a community center. I mean, I'm hearing that the vision could be, we don't know what it is. It could be something different than a community
We
center.
have a lot of ideas.
Right, okay.
And I think a lot of really good ideas that would make it worth having this. Am I making sense here?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think-
okay.
So first they help us set up our 501c3, then they help us build a timeline. Then they help us do community conversations and visioning so that everyone's got a voice in what this could be. Then they help us build a business plan. And in the building of the business plan, as Tom said, they're looking for sustainability. And that's something that Jason had us really focused on in our early meetings of how the heck are we gonna pay for this? What's the business model?
Right.
So then they help us build a business model. If we were to arrive at the end of that process and determine it's not a sustainable business model, then we would have to pivot and maybe do something else. But we're gonna go through the process if we get the grant, and they'll help guide us. And then there will be community fundraising. They say that from the beginning. Expect a capital campaign and expect neighbors and community members to be solicited
Yeah.
for money to make the capital program work. Because they're not gonna pay for the whole restoration of the facility or build out of the facility. They do part of it. We'll apply for other grants for other parts of it.
Yeah, okay.
And then we're all gonna have to have some skin in the game, those who choose to, not a tax, I'm not talking about that, but a philanthropic contribution.
And that's all, when I say me, and it's not me personally what I want to see over there, but when we're representing the town
Yes.
and we're trying to, what is this thing that we're envisioning over there? It's helpful to know that we haven't fully envisioned it yet. This is going to help us get there, rather than driving towards something that maybe only 10 people know about.
No.
That's what my worry would be.
I will repeat, as I have in every select board meeting that I've come to about this, the town will have expenses to plow the driveway, to do some.
But we already bought into that,
Yeah,
right?
to do some of these things,
Yeah.
and the town will have likely some immediate costs to secure the building until we are able to, there's a lot of facilities challenges. So I don't want to ever misrepresent that the town's not gonna have to pay for anything. I don't know.
But that also could be part of the vision of how XYZ company goes and operates that. That might be the vision we come up with.
It's possible.
And they do everything. I mean,
It's
these are,
possible.
yeah.
It's possible, but it's also possible that the town will have some responsibility going forward.
Mhm.
And it also could be that the town benefits from developing that property in that like this, basically the offices of the town clerk could move down there, and other operations by the town could be done
Yeah.
there, and then the properties that are left behind could be sold and to the town's benefit.
Yeah,
So
well, that's all
depending
part
on
of,
what
that's
the
what I've
vision
been
is.
wondering and hopeful for, but then still wondering about that all of a sudden now everything's down there. Well, what do we do with these other 6 buildings? We now
Or
need
we
6
could
more
do a
visions.
lot. We could do a lot. We could have businesses, we could have housing. we
Oh, for
could-
sure, yeah.
It could be a real boom for the community.
Right.
But all that'll get developed.
But it's got
in terms
some
of-
limitations when we really start to dive down. Water, septic, all the basic stuff that we always talk about. It's like we can't make everything on Main Street a 20-bedroom house, but
No.
anyways, no, perfect, thank you.
But, to your point, Greg, for the next select board meeting, I can do a fact sheet on what this grant application is for. And once we submit the grant, we can provide a copy to the select board. I'm also happy to share the draft of the application with the select board if you would like to see it. It's in rough form, but I'm happy to share it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, I won't say no.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that we require that, because it's still draft, and we know that what we're working
The more
for.
people that know what's in process, the better.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, you get buy-in from the beginning,
Yeah,
instead of
sure,
6 months from now, someone said, here's what we got, anybody in? We know right now who's that we want to be in.
Well, they'll help us do a lot of that community vision.
Yeah, right.
And.
Yeah, it's
and
awesome.
We can share case studies that they've shared with us. So we can put together a package of information, and Tom, you could decide if maybe there's some part of it that maybe that lives on the website that
Yeah,
says,
sure.
here's some of the things that are happening.
I think it's important if it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be
We
great.
want to be transparent
Of
about all of
course.
this.
Let's do that. We'll make that
I'll look at that and see
a
what
near-term
there's.
goal and share as much information.
Little
We'll
PR.
know by November 1st, I think, if we get the grant.
Oh,
So they select, the
10,
applications
10 or
are
12?
due, they select 15 to
15.
come visit,
right.
and then they expect they expect to award 6 organizations. Some are $50,000, some are $300,000, it just depends, I think, right?
I think that's what they said.
So it's exciting. And then we're also doing a READY, the Vermont Housing and the Vermont VC, I always get it wrong, Housing and Conservation Board has another grant application we're doing for facilities assessment, so we're trying to get some grant applications.
Speaking of this is a good segue, because I have now a key to, should have mentioned this in my update. I now have a key to the building, so I can have access to a physical key. I signed a waiver, so I'm holding on to it. So I have to be there if someone needs access, but until we own the building, because I signed something with the SU. So I can get the building anytime. I've been keeping up with some of the maintenance with the humidifiers. I try to get over there daily, they fill up daily.
Thank you.
I have also contacted VLCT, and we have the insurance ready to go. So I'm meeting with her tomorrow at 10 a.m. to talk about insurance rate, to talk about the level of insurance, because if the building is empty, they will only insure it to the value of the building, not like what replacement cost would be. Also, she was curious about the whole what am I trying to say? Interior, exterior, what we have for other outbuildings, what we have, the contents of the building. So I'm meeting with her tomorrow to discuss this, since I went around, took a bunch of pictures today and sent those to her. And then we'll get that fine tuned. I've also contacted Irving Oil, and they're ready to switch over once we own the building. They're gonna switch over, they're gonna come out and inspect the air handling systems and heating systems, as well as the oil. It is check how much oil is in the oil tank, so hopefully that'll happen shortly thereafter. I know there's also the propane, so they'll also hook up the stove at that time, because the stove is back, but it's not hooked up. And then I'm gonna be contacting the electric company. That's the other big piece, is making sure that electric company transfers over. So that should heat, electricity, and insurance. Those are the 3 things we need.
What more?
The
And a
base,
key, and now we have
and
a
the keys
key.
and access. So those are the 4 baseline things, and I think we're pretty much on top of them. So,
And we've met with Vermont Efficiency.
We have.
Yeah, there's a lot
but
of.
those are, again, let's keep the building heated, let's make sure the power doesn't go out, so that it doesn't, and make sure that if something did happen at Freon, that we're not using that asset.
Tom, did you ever get the maintenance records on the generator?
I have those, I have that, it's a $2,000, there needs a repair on it, or
But the
$2,000.
past maintenance
He
records?
refuses,
They won't
Greg-
give us records.
Greg has refused to give me records because it's too busy at the time of year, school starts tomorrow. Maybe in September, I can request it from him again, but he's flat out said, I don't have time to get this done for you, I'm trying to get through buildings up.
Who would have done the maintenance though? Or-
I did.
Should ask them.
That's what we asked.
No,
too.
I imagine it's a generator company.
Yeah, but we could ask them. But
We could ask them if they've done things in the past. I've also kind of peeked around the office there, and I found a nice blueprint map that I was going to talk about tomorrow of the property. There's maps and things that were on shelves in the office. So back from Laura Hester place when she was principal. So I found some of those things, and I can share them.
You might find.
You might find some. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for records of like maintenance. But again, anything's back when it was our school,
Oh.
2018, 2017. It's not anything. When the SU took it, it went down to the SU. So
Does it show exactly where the septic system is?
I don't.
Probably.
I think it's more detail. It's a good drawing. We can look at it if you want. We can look at it after the meeting. I brought it over. So
okay.
anyway, just a little side note. I'm sorry, I should have not all that stuff.
So for now, are we making any resolution based, or we're
Nope,
going
and
to
then
hold that
special
all
meeting.
for the special meeting?
Special
Okay.
meeting September 1st, and I will contact the SU lawyer to verify the closing date. And we already have one letter written. You guys are going to write another letter regarding the deed.
Good
The
back.
second letter. We'll work on that, get it to them,
Yes, sir.
because I have the other letter ready to go.
Okay.
Can I
Go.
make an addendum to the previous conversation about the town plan and the Wyndham Regional Commission?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So I just pulled up the details that Matt sent to me. He has scheduled the full commission of the Wyndham Regional Commission on September 29th, and he needs to schedule a public hearing the week before, so he will do that. It would be helpful to have someone from the Planning Commission at the public hearing, so we'll have to figure out, I'd be happy to go, but I probably am not the right person to speak on the happenings of the town plan. So
Brian would be the person.
Brian, or we'll figure that out. And based on his research, it looks like the select board actually already adopted the plan in December of last year. So they don't need to approve it again.
Who does?
Select board.
I recall that we did. Yeah.
It was not warned properly. The hearing was not warned properly. The procedure was not followed. You may have approved it,
Okay.
but the procedure was not followed correctly.
Okay.
And that's why I will not certify the town plan until it's
Understood.
done correctly.
Okay.
So
Yes, okay,
this is
I
what we
understand.
uncovered, and it was never advertised in the paper. There was no notification of the surrounding towns, which is, it's
Okay.
invalid. So
All right.
so what they voted, that was great, because you did prove it in December, I thought.
And we had a hearing, but if it wasn't warned right, yeah, you're
It
right.
wasn't
We got to
warned
start
right,
over.
it just wasn't done.
Not start over, but do that.
So we
Yeah.
will get it done.
Okay, Tom, so that's why we'll call him back tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine.
But he's got the meetings planned, which is good news.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you again for both of
Sorry
us.
for the intro.
No, that's perfect. Thanks. So next item on the agenda here is to approve the resolution approving sale of properties acquired by the town of tax sales for which section 1061 notices have been issued. So this is a formality of selling the town-owned properties. Should I read this whole thing
That's what you should do.
Okay, Town of Jamaica
Make a
Select Board.
motion, when you should make a motion.
Okay, I will make a motion that the Town of Jamaica Select Board resolve to authorize conveyance of real property as follows. Whereas the Town of Jamaica holds an interest in certain real property listed below, located in the Town of Jamaica, County of Wyndham, arising out of the tax collector deeds, each as dated and recorded below. Parcel ID 000G-8.11 Edie Lane, approximately 1 acre. Book number 12261-62, dated 7/7/2016, purchased by Vermont Holdings LLC. Second partial ID number 00G-L1.9, West Hill Road South, approximately 1 acre. Book page 12263-64, also dated 7/7/2016, purchased by Michael Spina. Parcel number 300T-5, Clayton Avenue, approximately 0.18 acres. Book number, or book page, book 122, page 75-76, dated July 7th, 2016, purchased by Norman Landry. Parcel number 4, ID number 00C-17.30, located at 1036 Dalewood Road, approximately 4.86 acres. Book number 125, page 323-324, dated January 11th, 2018, purchased by Jacek Mikalowski. And parcel number 5, ID number 000H-3, located at Pikes Falls Road, approximately 28 acres. Book number 29, page number 498, dated March 4th, 1935, purchased by John Gully. Whereas the Select Board has determined that the properties are not needed for public purposes and that it is in the best interest of the town to convey the properties to the individuals or companies listed above as purchasers, and further finds that the notice requirements of 24 V.S.A 1061A have been satisfied and the statutory petition period has expired without receipt of a valid petition. Now therefore be it resolved that the Select Board of the Town of Jamaica hereby approve the conveyance of the properties by quitclaim deed in accordance with the terms and conditions of purchase and sale agreements previously executed and delivered to the purchasers, and be it further resolved that Jessica Pollock, as Select Board Chair and duly authorized town agent of the town, is hereby authorized to execute and deliver a quitclaim deed and any related documents necessary to effectuate said conveniences, and to take any and all action reasonably necessary to carry out the intent of the resolution. Adopted this 24th day of August 2026 at a duly warned meeting of the Select Board of the Town of Jamaica. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any further questions, comments?
I mean, this obviously is
It's all,
formality.
Well, yeah.
All those documents,
so after all this much ado and all the work of the listers and everybody else, I will, all in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. All right, carries.
Thank you, that's good.
Yeah, here we are. One thing off the list.
That's 5 more properties that will be on our tax rolls.
Back in the,
That'll be great.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, on to item number 7, or previously item 7. Discuss appointing a local leader to attend the Vermont Community Leadership Summit at no charge. Deadline for submittal of the appointment, I guess, is September 28th. And I'm not fully sure of all the detail of what that is. I think, Kate, do you know? I mean, I saw something floating around. Okay.
What is it called?
It's the Vermont Community Leadership Summit, and we as a town have an option ability to submit a local town leader to attend this conference, this summit.
For free.
For free. It's dated, the deadline, and I don't know if that's when the conference or the summit is.
That's when you have to register.
That's when we have to register.
Yeah,
The conference is October 6th. I think.
yeah.
Okay.
What's the name one more time? Vermont what?
Vermont Community Leadership
I'll
Summit.
volunteer. I mean, I don't know if we want to send Emma or somebody. I don't know. I mean, someone who's not part of the town. But if you don't have anyone else, I'm willing to go up.
And I'm not sure what the role, or not what the role, but the attributes or whatever of who we're submitting. Is it just like an administrator, one of us in this room, or is it somebody out in the public that's doing good work and whatever?
It wasn't clear to me from what we got in the mail.
I don't know either.
So,
It says on October 6th, join hundreds of community leaders from across the state for VCRD's annual Community Leadership Summit, a day of connection, learning, and inspiration. Newly updated action guide will be hot off the presses at this summit and will shape workshops, panels, group discussions, and networking for the day.
It's in
Sounds
Vermont
great.
State University.
It sounds wonderful, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I will be out of town, or I would volunteer.
I'm thinking that we table this to our next meeting since we, and we, in these next 2 weeks,
I can
people
reach out to-
submit.
so I'll reach out to Leanna, because I know she's very involved, she may already getting a free pass though, you know, so she.
Yeah,
I'm going-
and that we come forward with some recommendations of who may we want to.
Diane Robles would go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I wanna go, I might go anyway and pay, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, does that make sense that we have people submit their recommendation for who to attend and then we can decide at the next meeting?
Great.
I don't know if we should maybe have a special meeting. In the letter, they said, please reply by July 31st to nominate a leader. So
Oh,
maybe
okay,
we
so I
should
don't know what
hurry
this
up.
928 is, or maybe that's just a general registration.
I can reach out to them tomorrow, so we'll find out more information.
Siobhan, yeah.
But we can always put it at a special meeting on the first, we can basically, we got 3
Right,
items
same
on
thing,
it.
yeah.
Because we already have 2 items, we get it.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I'll be around.
I've had it in my calendar for months, I realize now. It's in
Okay.
Castleton, right?
In Castleton,
Yeah,
yeah, 7 o'clock.
I think it'd be great if one of the school committee members
I do
could
too.
go, because
Yeah.
we might be able to make some
Some
fun
networking,
connections and networking. So I would nominate that perhaps someone from the school steering committee be considered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's lots of other people that have important ideas too. We'd love to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably, I mean, we can easily come up with a dozen names probably, but where are we gonna
Exactly.
find the most benefit and the most representation or the best representation of?
Or
If,
somebody from
if
the arts
anyone
council.
wants, I know that if anyone wants to call me and make the recommendations, I can get them in front of the board. So, or email me and
Okay.
take,
Great.
or you guys feel free to reach out and I'll provide those names to the board, so we have at least a list of some possible options on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because not that none of these are everyone here is a great name, but we're probably maybe missing something.
So you're available?
I could go.
That's a Tuesday.
I would like to nominate Siobhan to go.
Okay.
It's
I-
not expensive.
I do
So
not
How much is it?
disagree.
It's only,
It's $75.
yeah, it's cheap, I don't go anyway too, I mean, I'm sure. it's-
Registration starts, I mean, that might have been early bird or something, but maybe a few of us can chip in and go too.
I was gonna say, I mean, if the town does have some budget for training and whatnot, and if someone's going in a official capacity,
Right.
they're on our planning commission or they're on this committee or whatever, we should have 2 or 3 people go there.
School building transformations is one of the programs.
Wow.
There you
It's
go.
important to go. I will just be having surgery a couple days before, so.
Gotcha.
I need,
Yeah.
so.
Well, maybe if people are watching this or Tom, we can easily come up with a list
Yeah, let's,
and we'll submit 3 names. Well, 1 for free and we'll pay for 2 and,
yeah, we'll figure, come up with names, Karen, you nominated Siobhan, I will,
Can we send more than one person?
we can send.
well, I think we then just pay.
Yeah, pay,
Yeah.
this is just
And,
one person.
and I'm saying that the town underutilizes our training budgets and all that kind of stuff, and let $75, let's go.
Project, planning accessible public engagement.
There's a lot of
Dude,
good
it's
things.
like this conference is for us.
Yeah.
It is.
We'll all go, we'll get a bus.
Economics. Yeah, let's make it a party.
Okay, so submit names to Tom by the 1st. We're gonna add this or another item to our special
31st,
meeting.
So I have.
The 30, right, exactly,
Thank
so we have time to review.
Yes, great.
Okay, on to the regular meeting. I will make a motion to review and approve the timesheets for the town office, listers, highway, and transfer station personnel.
Second.
Any thoughts, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will make a motion to review and approve the pay orders.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, public, lots of public.
I have a couple of things, not a whole lot, things have slowed down a little bit. And Sunday's yoga at the town hall, 9 o'clock with Mike Mackey, every Sunday. Jamaica Day was a very good day, the weather was wonderful. We didn't have any problems, everything went smoothly, people seemed to be happy. We are looking for people to help for next year and someone to run it. Pikes Falls Chamber Music Festival came and went. It was a wonderful week and a half of having folks here and wonderful concerts, and the music was wonderful. These folks are just great. They all left yesterday. Mountain Bike Monday still continues. Every Monday at 6 o'clock, they meet in a different place to go bike riding. Wednesday night socials still going on into October from 6 to 8. Bingo on Friday nights, doors open at 6, games at 7 at the Masonic Hall. And Thursdays is Jamaica Run Club at 5:30 every Thursday. I think that's all I've got to do.
All right, thank you.
Oh, I've got something else. Around town, maybe perhaps have seen QR codes. I have put posters up at the store and at the post office and here in the town office. If you take your phone and scan it, it will now bring up the town calendar.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to promote that.
Nice.
So if you want to know what's going on, I also have just hooked up with the state park, and they've given me all of their information, so that's now all on the calendar as well. So I'm really trying to make it more comprehensive, and now it's a really quick and easy way to scan it, and it'll pull it up on your phone, and you can bookmark it, and then it'll be there for everyone. So it's just better, just people can access it easier.
And JCAC's been sending somebody over every week to write up a whiteboard at the campground with all of the happenings in
Right.
town.
And the campground has this QR code. It's all over town.
Oh, you
If
put
look,
that? Put
I gave it to them. I gave
there.
them 4 or 5 copies to put at all the places. And like I say, a couple of out inside and outside of the post office, at the store, and here at the town hall, town office, outside as well as inside. So on the door, in fact, when you walk in, the town clerk it's right there. So hopefully people see it. Oh, what's this? And scan it. I'm trying to promote it a little more because it is fairly up to date, and it hasn't been promoted. So.
I also had one more thing. The church, let me see if I can find it here. They're doing a supper for the water release.
Which is the last Saturday of September?
The third weekend of September. Anyway, just be aware that water release will be happening, and there is a dinner. I can't remember what it is. Is it a pork roast or something like that?
Unaware. I'll add one more thing. In anticipation of our future community conversations, esteemed members of the board, we're going to try to work with the park rangers to do a community camper survey. What would you like to see if there were a community center? What would you use? Would you come to these programs, that program? And try to get them to hand out a flyer for the last couple weekends of the summer and ask them to turn it back in when they check out, or the days people maybe will or won't do it. But we're going to see if we can get a survey together.
I did find the information. To begin with, August 26th at 6:30 is the Wardsboro Jamaica Food Pantry located in the vestry next to the Wardsboro Methodist Church. They are taking donations.
And they accept toiletries as well as food,
Oh, they
right?
certainly
Yeah,
do.
so people
Yeah.
should know that.
Shampoos, great toothpaste, toothbrushes, things like that. Jamaica Community Lunch is held on the second Thursday of each month at noontime at the Jamaica Community Church. It's free. There's a place where you can put donations in, but you can walk in for a free dinner.
Second Thursdays?
Second Thursdays at noon. And the Whitewater Supper at the Jamaica Community Church, Saturday, September 19th, from 5 to 7. There is a fee, and it's roast pork, mashed potatoes, steamed vegetables, tossed salad, and dessert.
The 19th.
Saturday, September 19th.
Oh, that's a Saturday.
And what is it called? The Whitewater? what?
Whitewater Supper,
And who puts it on?
Jamaica Community Church,
Oh, I love that. And it's at the
at the church.
And what time?
5 to 7.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to.
They also deliver a lot of meals. They make up a lot of extra meals, and they have a whole list of people who are homebound
Like a Meals on Wheels.
or
Yeah.
could use something.
Nice.
And they do the same thing with the community luncheon on the second Thursday of each month. They take it around, they take it up to Ernie, up at the transfer
Okay.
station.
Mhm.
And it is one example. There's somebody who's sitting up there, so they take him a lunch. And there's a lot of other people that they deliver lunches to.
Super. Paul, anything else to add?
The rest of the community's happy.
All right, perfect. I have there's not been a call for any executive session, so I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Excellent.
All right?
All those in favor?
Yeah, yeah.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
What do you get? What time?
That's a lot.